Good morning, good day, good evening, wherever you are. Welcome back to Divinity Original Sin. Today's going to be an interesting one, I think. First of all, let's get a couple of things out of the way. It's going to be a shorter stream. I said that, I think, a couple of times this week, but I just have a bunch of stuff to do. There are a bunch of things happening, so it's going to be a shorter one, but it's going to be a sweet and enticing one, hopefully, which basically means that we're finally on the tracks of the murderer in town, right? So while we made a lot of headway at the start when we came to Seal and began our investigation, over the course of things, it became clear that it was a very involved process, a very difficult process to get behind, and that it in general would involve a lot of fighting undead people, and it works. But finally, it seems like we made a breakthrough when I went to, well, close to the church, and we found what seemed to be the hideout of both the town's doctor and his supposed apprentice, Evelyn. And, well, Evelyn was the one that we found earlier in town as actually owning a starstone, but that reacted to us, and when it reacted to us, it seemingly lost its power. But we actually, well, we went to their, what seems to be their hideout. We found out a bunch of stuff. We found a bunch of diaries, right, a bunch of notes, and everything describing what they were trying to do and what this... Well, the doctor in town has basically been a researcher, right? And he was not... He isn't really... Doesn't seem like he's a bad guy, necessarily, but he wanted to find a way to prevent death, basically, right? As a lot of people do, I guess. He wanted to try to find a way to cure death, more or less, right? And in order to do that, he set himself the goal of finding a bloodstone that was imbued with source magic inside Seal, because that's where the last sorcerer king is supposed to be buried, right? But if I can recall correctly, he didn't really make headway in actually finding the body. I think that was the biggest problem, more or less. And in the course of his endeavors, he seemingly kind of on accident resurrected a bunch of undead, right? As more or less as a test to see how well his bloodstone would work. Which ultimately ended up being the threat that Seal is now facing with all the undead around town. Now, thankfully, we've killed a bunch of them, right? So I think they're far better off than they were before the Source Hunters came to Seal, but still, that's more or less the reason why they're there. The reason why they're still there, that seems to be connected to the church, which might hold information slash the actual body or burial site or whatever of that sorcerer king. But apparently there is also a conduit of sorts who contacted the doctor. Is it Theralon? I think it's Theralon is his name, right? And kind of wanted to work with him, but also then kind of, took over the whole thing. And I think the doctor got involved with a bunch of shady stuff that he didn't necessarily want to be involved in. And Evelyn seems to be sent in to not only watch over the doctor, but also seems to have been some sort of servant to this conduit. And well, they've been working on trying to get this Bloodstone Death Resurrection to work for the past 2 years, basically, right? Where I think Evelyn came in like a year ago. And now, when we went back to the clinic to confront them about it, they were gone, right? We were subsequently able to get into both of their rooms, their private chambers. Didn't really find out that much more, but we did find the location of their secret hideout, which arguably isn't that well hidden, since I already found it previously on the beach, or at least we found something that looked very much like it was some sort of cave, but inaccessible for whatever reason. Now we know that we can actually go in there. And that's where we left off, and that's what we're going to do now, right? Which is taking a look at the cave on the secluded beach and hopefully confronting them about it. Though I suppose, or I fear, that it's just mostly going to end up being a violent argument. Then again, considering what they've done to the town, right, what chaos they have caused and all of that neat stuff, I think it's probably not the worst thing in the world if we get rid of them, more or less, right? That being said, I thought I had cleared out my inventory last time around, but I guess it didn't. Well, shit. So we kind of need to start with that, I guess. No, I crafted a bunch of stuff. Let me double check my equipment here. Armor rating, perception. No, I'm pretty sure that I actually went through all of them, right? Perception, HP. Pretty sure that my characters are actually wearing their best stuff. I'm kind of wondering why I still have a bunch of these things in my inventory. I mean, the scrolls are supposed to be here, the other stuff is supposed to be here. All the notes and keys I need to find. I don't know, can you actually buy more backpacks and stuff? These things, though. Perception, HP, this is unbreakable. Fire resistance, initiative, movement, but that's worse than the other one. I guess we're gonna start off by selling this stuff, right? Poison resistance, HP, I'm pretty sure everyone's actually wearing a really good belt now, right? Yeah. Bartering Lucky Charm? In theory, I could swap over to them when I want to sell stuff, but that's... I don't know. I don't like constantly swapping my stuff. Where the hell is... Oh, she has these with lockpicking. Okay. I think I'm going to keep the pickpocketing ones. Other than that, I'm pretty sure that I'm actually prepared for any type of engagement now. Yeah. Should be fine. Is there a person that I could trade with that actually still has something interesting to trade to me? I'm wondering. Because the problem is, I think, yeah, these guys are now pretty poor.
Poison? Get to the point.
The traders on the market are pretty poor now because I sold all my stuff to them. Let me maybe... You think that... Let's actually check on the orc lady here. And whether or not she sells us...
No, this isn't the grimoire.
Good stuff.
Friend.
Oh, okay. So she doesn't have a lot of gold, unfortunately. She sells sheets of papers, playing scroll, okay. I thought that she might sell, you know, like interesting books or something, because I definitely need more crafting possibilities, recipes. I feel like I'm definitely missing a bunch of potentially very important crafting recipes. Well, yeah. Let's see.
The hunter returns. I hope you are here to shop rather than sleuth.
I am. Well, I don't really want to shop so much as just sell. Wizards thick sarong of fire resistance, +1 intelligence. That's way too expensive though. Oh no, she doesn't have... shit. She doesn't have gold either. I guess I actually need to go back to Arhu then. I think he's the one I bought a bunch of skill books from, right? Hopefully Arhu should still have money. Whole town's poor because of me. Well, technically they're not poor, right? They have all this neat equipment that I sold to them, so... I guess in that regard. You know what? It would actually be awesome if RPGs would account for that as well, right? Because one thing that I always kind of struggle with is that when RPGs sort of restock traders, right? Now, obviously, it makes sense that they would be restocked because they're not only trading with the player character, they're also trading with a whole bunch of other people, right? But wouldn't it be awesome if, for example, let's say you sell like a really interesting piece of, or rather, let's say you sell boots that have plus blacksmithing on them to a trader in town, and next time you come into town, you see the smith wearing those same boots because he bought it off of the trader you sold it to, right? So if all the items that you sold to certain people, they all would be actually used by others, right? And would be like shifted around everywhere and stuff like neat stuff like that. That would be pretty awesome. I mean, it would be maybe a bit overkill, right? Obviously implementing a system like that would probably, take a long time, especially making sure it works properly and everything. But then again, maybe you could come up with, so for example, let's say the blacksmith now has those better boots. So now if you go to the blacksmith, he's actually able to create better gear for you, right? Because he bought boots that make him better at blacksmithing, right? Again, a system like that would probably be insanely complicated to pull off, but it would be incredibly immersive. That's still one of the, as much as I like, getting loot and all that neat stuff, sometimes I wish these things would be, like in general, I think, that's nothing against this game in particular. I think loot is absolutely handled fine in this game. Arguably way better than in games like Elder Scrolls or Witcher. Because in this game specifically, loot feels very, very powerful and actually meaningful. Or rather, items in general, especially with the skill books and everything. There are some really, really substantial upgrades from, let's say, a level 6 one to a level 7 one, right? It's an actual proper increase in damage output, which I really, really like, especially also with the added on effects of, getting more intelligence, getting more lockpicking ability, or whatever, right? Those neat things. they all feel really, really meaningful. So the loot in general in this game is handled pretty well, I would say. But again, that being said, I do wish that games would maybe create more meaningful loot, right? I wouldn't necessarily be against sort of putting way less loot into this game, but making the things that you find really, really unique and really different from one another, right? That would be pretty awesome. But then again, it's definitely handled absolutely fine in this game. Alright, let's sell a bunch of stuff. So I want to keep these, right, with plus lockpicking, but the rest of the stuff should be fine to sell. Yeah. Sell. Anything else? I kind of wanted to keep this, right? Medium speed potion. I also wanted to keep, and then most of the rest of the stuff is for crafting, I think, yeah. I have 5,000 gold. Holy shit. Okay, well, that should be fine. So now I need to teleport to the Watcher statues. Waypoints. Watcher statues. Let's quick save. I wonder if there's going to be somebody in front of the cave, because last time we found that sorcerer, basically an evil guy, in front of the very cave we're trying to get into, but he was just sunbathing, and, well, at least according to him, he was not interested in source magic anymore, right?
Did
he was.
Someone leave an oven door open?
No, you're standing next to fire. These guys are all still dead. He's still here. Radagoth. He is only level 6, though.
This seems to be the location mentioned in Evelyn's diary.
It looks like it, but where is the entrance?
Oh, surely it's not where all the blood is and the 2 torches with skulls are standing next to something that literally looks like a cave entrance. Surely it's not that. Huh. Yeah, this seems to be too much of a coincidence to actually not matter, right? Why is this Radagoth guy sunbathing right in front of what's supposed to be Evelyn's hideout? He surely must have seen them come in here, or, you know, coming and going back and forth from their hideout to town and vice versa. Unless they somehow teleport themselves in here, that might also be a thing. Anyways, let's talk to him again.
If you continue throwing your shadow around like this, I'll never get an even colour.
Do you know anything about a source murder on Cecile? I don't know if I talked to him about this already.
Source murder? Cecile? Oh,
yeah, I did.
I don't concern myself with such matters anymore.
So you're a sorcerer.
More certainly, though I haven't practiced in quite a few years. Go on, then.
Okay, yeah, for some reason I don't know what he's doing here. I don't know if he has something to do with Evelyn. I mean, we can't talk to him about it, so I suppose not necessarily. Wait, is this not actually the entrance we're looking for? Do we need to find some sort of hidden switch or something to open it up? This is where we dealt with Dietmar, who's apparently who was working for Evelyn as well, it seems. Well, this is strange indeed. I can't ask him about it though, which I find even weirder. Oh. Well, that didn't do anything. Can I... Wait, who's got the highest perception of my characters? 8, 9 for daughter. I don't think it's gonna do anything, but let's try.
Inside of bath sauce.
I thought that maybe with a higher perception we would see some sort of entrance pop up. It's really weird that he's here though. I kind of don't understand. I had honestly anticipated that we would just be able to see the entrance now, to be honest. I wonder if the Watcher statues actually have anything to do with this. Do you think we might be able to, I don't know, attack the entrance or something? Well, this is slightly disappointing. Can I not do anything here? Did I forget something? Oh, I completely forgot about the wishing well. Oh well, I can do that. I can do that when we return to the church, I guess. Okay, we found Evelyn's diary, which mentions the location of a hidden lair on the beach to the northwest of the city. More suggests we should locate the lair she mentions and find out what it is she's hiding there. Did I miss some sort of description of how this opens up? Disguise the northwest beach lair from prying eyes, so that only those with knowledge of the spell may enter. I do say Aru's little terror taking control. Pure who will face, and my lair will remain undisturbed. Huh. She doesn't mention the sorcerer guy here on the beach, though. This guy, so that only those with knowledge of the spell may enter. I mean, we know about the fact that it's been disguised, but I don't know if there's like a... Am I still missing something? I mean, the quest is pointing me here. That's what I don't understand. Oh! I'm an idiot. I completely forgot that I got this, this thing.
Didn't you read the spell, my friend? Will you step through yonder gate the hunters hate, eh? Doesn't sound like your sort of crowd, does it?
Have you any councillors' corpses around, perchance?
What did she just say? Okay, so now he's reacting to it. I was gonna say, so he definitely has something to do with this. I wonder if he just... What's his deal? Because I don't think he was necessarily lying when he said he doesn't want to have anything to do with source magic anymore. Maybe it's just... Maybe he was just implying that he kind of lets others do the dirty work while he just sunbathes. I mean, that could also... He technically wouldn't be lying in that particular case, right? What do you know about a certain Evelyn? This is her lair, isn't it?
Oh, brown hair, nasty temper, big staff, huh? I suppose she's the one who tasked me with this little posting. She's always running in and out of the place with a foul look on her face.
Okay, so he is kind of the person who is supposed to guard this, I guess?
Friend of yours?
What's within this cave exactly?
Do you really need me to get into the tiresome details? There are some people inside. People and things. Equipment of some nature or other.
Okay.
I was given a bit of gold to keep people, that's you, out. So that's what I do. We needn't make this any more complicated than it has to be.
Yeah. I think we're just going to kill you and be done with it. Regardless, I'd like to enter.
No, don't push me, Source Hunter. I'd like to go back to enjoying the sun, eh? And I'm sure you'd like to go back to whatever it is a scout like you gets up to.
You're getting rid of source magic. That's what we get up to. That's why we're here. Do you think we do this, like, for fun? I mean, I'm doing it for fun, but I don't know about you.
Trust me, there's nothing in that cave worth dying over. And frankly, I'd quite prefer not to get your blood all over my beach blanket.
That kind of does explain the whole blood situation here, though, right? I mean, I guess they must have either killed off or somehow tracked, like, bodies in here or something to experiment on, right?
You aren't planning on going where you ought not to go, are you?
Of course I am. I'd step out of the way, old man, if you want to continue enjoying your retirement. Don't let me bother you, sir. I'm just having a little look around. I don't mean to drag you into my affairs. I only intend to have a look around. I guess it's time for intimidation, isn't it? Like, these two options, obviously we're here to do more than just having a look around, right? So, I think he was quite honest. Let's be honest as well. Step out of the way, old man, if you want to continue enjoying your retirement. Oh. Wait, I have Intimidate 1, and he has 4? That's actually fun, though. So you can, in theory, convince him. It just takes insane luck while playing. Wait, what did he just use? Stone? I used paper, right? Wait, so I used stone. He's gonna use paper now, right? No, he actually doesn't. Well.
Au contraire, my friend. There'd be no greater pleasure for an old master like myself than to exercise his craft once more.
Okay, let's see what you can do then. He's gonna summon in a bunch of stuff, isn't he? Ooh. A lot of stuff, actually. Hello. Ooh. Interesting. He makes himself invisible? That is a very interesting setup, I have to say. You know how to play, old man. Okay, what do we have here? So we have like a big one. They're only level 6 though. Agile Sand Golem. They're weak to fire. Why is everything always poison resistant? That's boring. I seem to be able to dish out a bunch of damage though. I mean, he made himself invisible, but he's still here, correct? It's good that my main char is actually standing in front. It means I can set all of them on fire. Yeah, let's do this. And this as well. Whoa! First one's already dead. Oh, there you are! Oh, he actually got up in my face. Interesting. Ooh, he is fire resistant though. Tenebrium. He's got a lot of HP. Okay, so he did make himself invisible, but me basically using an AoE spell got rid of his invisibility. Well, that was easy. Huh. Okay. Let's set this beach on fire.
Time to set the world on fire.
Well, I think this golem is just gonna burn up, right? There is the archer in the back, but don't necessarily think he's gonna be much of a problem, to be honest. Can I do something else? Petrified, slow, and stunned. I could try shocking him, but I'm not close enough to do that. Wait, how much does this require? 3 AP, okay, so I can't do it. He's not poison resistant though, or is he? Ah, fuck. I should have checked that. I don't think he is. So I suppose I could actually hit him with, let's... Wait. I could put up... How much AP is this? 5. Because if I create smoke, the archer's not going to be able to hit me. Oh, also he's almost dead. Holy shit. Nice. Well, I could also... Stone, earth damage. I don't think he was resistant to poison, to be honest. Yep, nice. Also, the poison interacting with the fire is pretty good. What do we have here? I could encourage and knock him down. Yeah, that seems to be a good idea.
We won't be hearing from you for a while.
Knockdown failed. Unfortunate.
Weapons, shields, heads, hearts.
They both just burned up. Sandy Mount. Let's see what else. Ooh. Tried to charm me, eh? Well. So this guy's strengthened. think Medora should deal with it, right? I mean, it still has 200 HP. So... let's enter my precision stance, and let's attack him. Oh, and he's stunned. Holy shit. He's poisoned? Oh, he isn't burning anymore. Wait, what? Oh, was it his turn just now? Huh. Should I teleport him back into the smoke and fire? I don't know if he can make himself invisible again, though. No, he's still poisoned and stunned. He's just not burning anymore. I could just cast Fireball. Need to level up my Parakinetic. Enchanted Sandy Mound. Well, I mean, Medora can still do a bunch of stuff. I don't know how difficult it'll be to kill this thing. I could summon in Nick as well, but I feel like that's overkill. This costs 7 AP though. I could also just blind him, to be honest. I mean, he's stunned anyways, right? So... The thing is, I want Medora to actually be able to do something. Oh yeah, crit. Okay, that should be enough to handle this thing, and then I'm just gonna attack him as well. Oh, right. I forgot about his 100% fire resistance. Oh, no, not fire resistance. Wait. He was resistant to something that I did there. As long as he's still standing there. I mean, I could just... Right, I also have this now. Does cost a lot of AP though. Could fortify someone. Let's just put down a bunch more oil. Oh, I should have... Oopsie. I should have slowed him before it... whatever. Let's... This Oath of Desecration Medora.
Time to deal some damage.
And I think that'll be it. Because now she can just get rid of this guy. Boom. Well, yeah, maybe this wasn't the best idea. Because now I can't hit him anymore. Oopsie, I guess. I have 9 charming arrows? When did that happen? Holy shit. Yeah, this is gonna be a problem. Let's just do this then.
A lucky break.
Can I cast something that has like an area of effect thing? Can't see him, right? I could just cast Fireball, I guess. Don't want to put it too close to me.
There's no evading my blazing fury.
Well, he's already burning. Didn't do as much as I'd hoped it would do, but oh well. Let's just fortify Main char. I mean, I could do this. Summon in the skeleton? I don't know. I could cast this in theory as well. Yeah, why not? Oh, that failed. Okay. Yeah, maybe creating creating the smoke around him wasn't the best idea, but oh well. Can I? Problem is I don't want to walk into the fire, right? I think... Yeah, I kind of made this harder for myself than it needed to be, but oh well. Still fun though. Let's walk over here. I think I should be able to hit him, yeah. Nice. Still stunned. Wait, did he not actually get burned, or did that still count? Why is there like a place that's not burning anymore? Does he have something that makes it non-burning? Should I just give somebody poison resistance? I don't know if he'd have something like that, but sure. He's already fortified. My setup here looks kind of crazy, to be honest. I could hasten someone. Hasten myself. Thunder jump. I still can't see him is the problem. The only issue being that I think he might have a lot of leftover AP now. Maybe just hasten myself. How many status effects can you have, actually? And now he took damage from the... I mean, this would get rid of the fire, though, right? Yeah, I really shouldn't have put down the fire. Let's just summon Mr. Spider. Hope it doesn't burn here. It's standing very close to the fire. Does she still have something? Should I taunt? I mean, main Shah is fortified as well, so... And they're all lucky and whatnot. I could just do my battering ram through the fire. Problem is she would... burn up, right? Maybe I should have just put regeneration on her to prepare for this, right? Never mind. Let's actually melee defensive stance. Taunt. Failed. Nice. Whatever. Can the spider see? No. Means I probably also can't weaken him, right? Ooh, that was weird. For a second there, I thought the game would crash. Oh, well, that wasn't very clever of you. Okay, so he can just bring back everyone, okay? I mean, everything's still burning, so... Wait, do I see him because of my perception, or do I see him because he ran through the fire? Oh well. Why can't I see them? Whispering... Oh, he actually summoned in a caster guy thing. Ah, well, guess that makes things more interesting again. Whoa, holy shit, I just killed the... Wow. I mean, I don't know. Why can't I shoot him? Huh. That's weird. My turn again. I guess... He's still out of sight. Yeah, I definitely prolonged this way long. Had I not put in the whole fire and whatnot, this probably would have been very, very easy. I should have just stunned this guy. Okay, so he's stunned. Well, that would be overkill. Medora can deal with these two, right? Let's blind... This guy is melee, right? So he has to run to me. Let's blind this guy then.
To fear the air itself.
And, well, those are dead anyways. Let's throw the boulder over there. Oh, the blinded guy's already dead. Whoopsie, I guess. Hey, let's summon in you? No! Now everything's out of sight again. Shit. I don't know if this skeleton has ranged attacks. Honestly, I should have... I should have thrown the boulder onto him, right? Oh, well. Yeah, this is all out of sight now. If I summon in the skeleton over here, then... Can't really do all that much. Could still just attack you, to be honest. Let's just do that. Oh. Well. Okay. Let's get rid of him then.
Death is its own deliverance.
Is that gonna burn it? Yeah, unfortunately it is. Oh man, poor Spidey. Always burns up. Can it not move? I guess not. Is it not getting damaged by the fire? Let's do this. Boom. And just attack him normally. Bonk. Oh, I thought he was gonna run into the fire. Ooh, cursed. Nice. So he is actually doing something. Oh. Wait, I didn't know my spider is immune to... That's nice. Well, at least he's actually moving towards me. Oh, he is still out of sight. Guess I have to get rid of this guy first. Bye-bye. And now it's... What is he doing, though? It looks like whatever he's doing, he's, like, getting rid of the fire or something? Yeah, I definitely made this a lot harder than it needed to be on myself, but oh well. I can talk to her for some reason.
Friend, we have done it! The secret lair of Evelyn is before us at last. I will follow where you lead, into this mystery, and out the other side of it too.
Oh, I appreciate the support. Well, yeah, this was really easy. I made this way harder on myself because he would have been dead had I been able to, you know, attack him. Oh, whoops.
Careful, comrade. I think I sense a sorcerer in yonder shadows.
Yeah, we literally defeated one right this instant. Wait, I thought I... Pick up. This is what I wanted to do. Pick up. Pick up. Pick up. Yeah, I honestly feel kind of sorry for him because, like, he could have just walked away if he hadn't attacked me. We used the spell we found in Evelyn's house to uncover the entrance to the hidden lair. Time to venture forth and learn what she's up to. So, did I get anything interesting? I found a ring. Air resistance plus movement. Whoa. Inert wouldn't want. Oh, this is to craft something, right? A dagger. I mean, he also just was level 6, which is kind of crazy to see that now, right? Considering how many problems I had with the orcs on the beach. The fact that I'm now level 8 and just take out level 6 monsters in, like, you know, with basically 1 or 2 hits. Kind of insane. I really, really like the progression in this game, right? Okay, Intelligence, telekinesis. Well, to be honest, I think Medora should get the movement ring. I feel like her having more movement could be really, really beneficial. Okay, let's quick save. I need to check up on something real quick. Okay. Do-do. Wait a second. Do-do-do. There's something weird with DHL Express. I don't know what it is, but somehow using their app doesn't, or using the DHL app actually doesn't let you check on DHL Express stuff. For some reason. It's really, really weird. Oh well. Just want to make sure that I'm not missing any sort of delivery. Okay. Anyways, let's go in here, huh? Evelyn's hideout. Certainly looks interesting. Wonder if these are some sort of trap plates. This looks really, really cool. What exactly did she find here? Like, these are some really ancient ruins, aren't they? At least that's what they look like. Anemic cultist. Why is he almost dead? What the hell are they doing in here? Yeah, this is pretty extensive though. Is he like trying to sneak? What the hell is he even doing? Huh. Honestly, you think I can just kill him off? I mean, I don't think he's somebody who I would be able to talk to, right? So, for example, I could just throw a boulder on him?
Die, vermin!
Bye-bye. Okay, Oh, he left a key behind. Silent scroll, nice. Oh, where the hell am I walking? Okay. Ice storm grenade. Gold. That key will probably be really beneficial. I wonder if he would have tried to run away from us. Maybe he was here to lure us into some sort of trap? There's somebody else here? It's a bunch of dead people, it seems. Ew, what the fuck? Okay, so they definitely did some fucked up experiments in here, which makes sense considering that she was trying, or they are trying to cheat death, more or less, right? And having a clinic, kind of a good front for getting bodies, right? Or just sedating your patients and dragging them off to your hideout. Yeah, they really went all out in torture chair. What the fuck? They really went all out with this.
Come on then, open the damn gate. We ain't got all bleeding day.
Oh, hello. Ah, right. They
Come on then, open the damn gate. We ain't got all bleeding day.
They previously, they're also only level 6. They kind of involved the orcs with this. That's something where I'm still not really sure how they actually did it, right? How and or why did they, involve the orcs with this?
You the one what locked this here gate? We need to speak to Evelyn.
Tell me about yourself.
Can't you recognise a fellow immaculate when you see one? Just 'cause I got twice your strength in my little toe, don't mean we ain't equal in the goddess's eyes.
Oh, they think you... Oh, you think we belong to you? Why do you need to see Evelyn?
Well, myself, I need a hand choosing drapes for me kitchen windows. Are you daft? I need to inform her about the happenings in the Black Cove.
Okay.
But since my lady seems to have barred her gates to the likes of us, why don't you tell her this, small bones? We've run into a snag in the cove, but we're pushing through. The Starstone will be hers soon enough.
Yeah, about the cove, I think your orcs were killed off by pirates. I mean, we dealt with the pirates, don't worry about it, but, you know, your buddies are dead. But what's going on according to you?
I reckon if you don't already know, that may be above your pay grade. Take it up with Evelyn, why don't you? Or, better yet, have a look for yourself. You seem like just the type those pirates would love to get their hands on.
Again, pirates are dead, but you should get out of here.
Is that right, small bones? Maybe you can give me a single good reason for I rip your arms out.
Because if you bang on that gate one more time, I'll tell Evelyn it's you. It's you who is hell-bent on disturbing her. Don't you know Evelyn can't stand being bothered like this? I'd hate to see you get on her bad side over a misunderstanding. If Evelyn hasn't asked for an audience, I doubt she'll take kindly to being surprised like this. Let's try charming. I don't think this will work, but I think they're also going to be easy enough to take out. Never mind. Wait, what are the, I don't really understand what the numbers behind the dialogue options are. Shouldn't it have said that I have Charm 5? Should be easy enough to pull off, though. Yep. Man, I was kind of looking forward to fighting them, but then again...
Fair enough, small bones, fair enough. Let the good lady know we look forward to meeting with her, will ya?
And they just shuffle out. Nice. See, this I really, really like. As much as I would have liked to fight them, I don't actually have anything against the orcs, right? So...
The people beyond this gate are awfully boring. They just go back and forth between the same places over and over.
True. They really... They're gonna walk past the guy that I just killed, but I guess they don't really care. I wonder if I hadn't killed off that one guy, would he have tried to run back here to the orcs and immediately started a fight? Probably, right? Why am I going on this side to... That was weird. Yeah, let's take the dead guy's hair. Oh, I suppose they are dead and don't really care, so... This is sometimes really, really weird, right? And then I'm still standing like 2 meters away from the corpse and I'm still able to interact with it. Pretty cool that you can just, you know, deal with the orcs in a non-violent way, though. I do wish, you know, it's kind of a weird thing, right? In a way, I do really, really wish that there were more, more things like this, right? Where you can deal with things in other ways than fighting. At the same time, though, fighting in this game is so insanely fun that I kind of wouldn't want to, right? It's a bit of a problem, because the funny thing is, right, in other RPG, like, for example, especially in The Witcher, right? In The Witcher, I always wanted to find the non-violent solution, because it was always the most interesting one, right? Gameplay in The Witcher is okay, but it's really not the strong suit of the game, right? Whereas the dialogue and the dialogue choices and all that neat stuff is really, really cool. So, you, like, even if you, in your mind, imagine that you want to play in a certain way or, like, interact with them in a certain way and whatnot, ultimately, it's still sort of, I guess you still sort of want to go with the options that are the most fun to you as well, right? And again, in The Witcher, I thought that it was just way, way more interesting to use interesting dialogue choices and convince people that you are on the right side, right? Whereas here, since combat is so insanely fun, you want to kind of try to get into as many combat situations as you can, and maybe don't want to resolve things non-violently. So it's pretty funny. Okay, so there's a bunch of cultists in here. They're also only level 6. I don't entirely understand why these people are level 6, because the things that you need to kill in order to find Evelyn's, well, the hideout where we found the diary, I think you need to, weren't those things that were protecting at level 7? Pretty sure they were. I mean, maybe there's, I guess if you, for example, somehow break into Evelyn's house before finding that hut in the woods, close to the church, then maybe you can actually find this cave a lot earlier, I guess. Anyways, well, we have the key, right? Honestly, it might be fun to try to drag them out here, right? Because all of them will engage in combat as soon as I attack one, I suppose. And if they have to get through the door in order to deal with me, that'll be a lot of fun, I think. So let's wait for that one guy to come back and just hit him with the boulder. Ugh. Oopsie. Well, that didn't work. I oiled him up a little bit, I think. I kind of forgot about the cast time. Honestly, it might be easier for her to do this. He was out of sight. See if I can hit him when he comes back. Why is he out of sight? Oh, he's very, very faint. Okay. Guess I have to move up a little bit. I still wish that the sort of battle preparation stuff would be a bit easier, right? So being able to fortify my characters and whatnot. Okay. Now he's out of sight again. But yeah, they'll have to come to me now, which is the fun part about this. So I can still do all my setups and stuff. I might want to burn the ground already, though. Could have also just spawned in, but again, much easier to do this if they need to come to me. Can I hit him, or is he out of range still? Well, do I want to burn the table? Why not, huh? That almost killed him, what the fuck? The thing is, I could put up a black smoke cloud here, right? But I feel like in this particular case, being able to see them, yeah, might be better, right? I don't want to make this take longer than it needs to, because they're not really all that difficult to deal with. Let's maybe fortify Medora and move her up through the door, hopefully. You should be able to go through there without being burned, hopefully. Oh yeah, it's much easier to move her now with the ring active. Let's move her in front. And encourage. See what they're gonna do. Okay, also fortified. Whatever that was. Oh, hello. I knew that thing was important somehow. Oh. Forgot that. Okay, so they can recover health on that thing. Interesting. Wait, are the two guys in the back actually not part of the battle? Because they're still walking around normally. They might not be, actually. That's kind of funny. Well, he is fortified, but that'll still hit like a truck if I... Question being, where the heck do I move? Is this enough? Oh, wait, let me actually check. Elemental absorption. Ah, okay. I was gonna say, he seems to have high resistances, but that's because of the elemental thing. Holy shit. Yeah, that's pretty strong. First guy down. Why is this area stunned now? What happened there? I think I might need to move in after all. I don't really know if I'll be able to really do much from out here. Well, I could summon in Nick, right? Sort of right next to them. And make my summons fight for me. I could also just cast Fireball. We're slightly out of range for that. Let's summon in Nick and try to disease him. Okay. Can also summon in my undead warrior as well. Let my summons fight for me. Could summon in Mr. Spidey next turn. Well, I mean, Nick, they still have to move to them, right? Should Medora move in? I mean, this is very far away, right? So I could ram through him. Oh, the other guys are now part of the battle too. Cool. I mean, the fire is here, right? Let's maybe move in slightly. Spend 2 points on moving and end my turn. What the hell are you doing? Oh! He's summoning something in as well. That's a cute little... whatever it is. Because now all of them are also moving up, right? Because I summoned in my guys here. Immune to knockdown. Nice. What can he do? 100% chance to set bleeding status for 3 turns. Inflict a bleeding wound. Okay, so I need to move up to do that. Let's see, 2, 3... It's gonna be enough. Hit it. Holy shit, they can actually deal with my summons pretty easily, it seems. But yeah, I kind of just want to draw them out, right? Because now they're all standing in one spot, ready to be burned. Oh, well, they're burning everything themselves. That's nice.
I think I'll go for the eyes this time.
So diseased should make it able, or they should, I think, if they're diseased... Wait, this guy's blessed though. Oh, that only increases his hit chance. Because if one of them is diseased, doesn't it like go over to the other guys as well? Whoa! That was a big cloud. I don't know what that was. Can't attack him, no, unfortunately. Poison slug. Oh, he leaves behind poison. Well, that's even better. I can burn that poison trail as well. Nice. Well, that's slightly out of range. Let me move up. Well, if I move here, problem is I most likely won't be able to. Oh, I forgot that she. That's why it took so many action points to do it. Anyways. Holy shit. That dealt a lot of damage. That's a lot of damage. Should I hasten their daughter or something? Could also just cast Fireball. Well, that'll hit my own guys. Maybe do that next turn or something. They're still out of sight. Yeah, let's maybe hasten... Well, either Medora or Bedota. I mean, she can hit further, right, with her stuff, but she also used up her skills. Let's still hasten her. Let's maybe just keep the rest of my points. I could summon in Mr. Spider. Don't really know. I can also do this.
This ought to slow them down.
Okay. Petrifying Touch. Let's maybe do Oath of Desecration on... Well, if Berdotta has haste on her...
My power is your power.
Sure. I'm not close enough to hit them, right? Right? Well, maybe I am. Let's poison you. Oh, well, that was easy. So he blew up. He's bleeding. I guess he didn't really have the chance to disease anybody else. Oh, well. Wait, did somebody else die? I don't think so. Question is, do I want to move Medora in? Probably not, right? Do I have other items? I have nail bombs. That'll hit Nick too, though. Or I can knock him down. Well, she's also fortified. I could enter her defensive stance. I don't want to move her up too much, but I could move her up 1 point. She'll get the action. I think she gets back 7 action points per turn, right?
What do you think, Sword Hunter? Shall I start shredding from the top or the bottom?
Oh, that's cute. He's healing again? I definitely need to move in with my ranged guys. Nice. He's actually coming to me. What the hell was that? Why'd she run so far? Well, the thing is, they have to move to this weird fountain thing to heal, so, you know. Oh, is he immune to being burned? Or is he just automatically healing himself because he's in his own poison? That's kind of weird. Why is he not getting burned? Shouldn't you get burnt? Oh, I guess, he creates poison on the floor where he is, right? So I guess that's why he's not being burned, because he just creates poison wherever he is. Okay, that makes sense. Well, to be honest, I can just kill them, right? There isn't really any need for me to make this more complicated than it needs to be. This thing has a lot of HP. Should be easy enough to take out, though. So these two guys I can take out with Medora. Let's get rid of the ranged guys. First one gone. they're slightly too far away for this. Just need to be sure not to move through my own poison, or fire again, rather. Boom! Nice. Yeah, that's enough. Fireball! Definitely a nice spell. Definitely very, very nice. Should I slow the slime, maybe? Slug? Wait, where'd the fire go? That's weird. Let's slow the slug. Failed. Nice. Maybe I could just summon in... This only has a 5-meter range. The spider is... Isn't it immune to being poisoned? Let's just put that in front of the slug. So that it doesn't bother my characters. Oh, I was gonna say, wait, did I get damaged? But the encourage effect just wore off. Well, that'll only hit one of them. Boom. Bye bye. I mean, they're also burning, right? And they would have to move through burn. He's also knocked down still. These poor guys, they don't stand a sliver of a chance against me. Yeah, let's just hit this guy. Boop. Should I weaken the slug, or should I just kill this guy? I wonder if the slug is gonna, like, move to the spider. Spider's frozen, okay. Holy shit, they can't even deal damage to my spider. I wonder how long the slug will stay around for, though, because, like, usually these things only stay around for, like, 6 turns or something, right? He just died. Well, he is creating fire behind him, though. He's still... No, oh no, the slow failed, right? Yeah, I don't know how annoying this thing will be. I mean, I could just hit the guys back here, right? He's still knocked down. Holy shit! Oh, was that... Oh, that's why the stun was here. Yeah, yeah. I always forget that I have these kinds of abilities, right? Yeah, they're already dead. Everything's already dead. Holy shit. Bye-bye. Sure. Let me just double check. So the slug, weak to fire, weak to air. I mean, Medora can deal with this. Oh, that's a woman, actually. Right? I mean, I don't really... Let's just stun the slug. So that it won't annoy me.
I can smell your fear!
Do you think that oiling it up will do anything? I just need to be sure not to create smoke somewhere I don't want it to be. Oh, yeah, should be fine. I could do... Would this hit my spider? I don't think so, right? Oh, I also don't need to move that fast, so... Stunned and... Oh! Literally lying in the... Okay. Well, stunned and knocked down... Oh, wait, what the fuck? Is Medora stunned as well? I always hate that. That's annoyingly weird, but oh well. Let's just deal with the slug. It's probably gonna despawn as soon as I kill it, right? Well, this would be... I could teleport it away, theoretically. Just move it back here or something. Let's blind it instead. That was a lot of damage on it as well. Should be able to kill it. That's the slug gone. And she can now just... That's an insane amount of damage. Holy shit. Can I hit this guy? Or her, rather? Yeah, this was very easy. I don't think they actually really damaged me at all. The only damage that went out, I think, was... Oh no, never mind. They did damage Medora like twice or something. Let's maybe cast a little bit of rain, shall we?
I need to dry off.
Oops, I'm creating more puddles. Ah well, anyways. How long is the poison gonna stay around for? Oh, it's gone. Did I talk to the rat already? I don't know. Mr. Rat?
The people beyond this gate are...
Oh yeah, I talked to him. Okay. Yeah, this was,
These
well,
fellows are so focused on their work, they seem to be impervious to any other distractions.
Even the hollering of orcs couldn't shake them out of their strange stupor.
well, I shook them out of their stupor, but oh well. Holy shit, there's a lot of stuff here. Poison arrow, knockdown arrow, minor healing potion, poison fire. Whoa. Wait, can I not loot the corpses? I can. Though I still don't actually know what to do with hair, to be quite honest.
Ready to advance, ready to defend.
That's a lot of stuff.
More junk.
That's a huge bottle. Lab junk. Fun with fluids. I think I already read this at some point, right? Still pick it up. Let's go.
Someone else got here first.
Empty potion bottle. Definitely want to have that. Another empty potion bottle. A tube. Lab junk. Wonder if you can use it. Since they don't appear on my items list when I look at it, guess they're not really that important. So this is just a normal door. Bottle rack. Ooh, nice. A lot of empty potion bottles. Cloth boots. Nice leather boots. Medium healing potion. Holy shit, they have a bunch of healing potions and a lot of arrows and stuff. Secrets of the Scroll, Volume 4. A gifted mage is also a calligrapher and an author, composing his own scrolls and even skill books. Before a magical book is procured, however, an appropriate pot of ink and quill enchanted with pixie dust must be obtained. If you can't find a quill, a whittled feather does the job. I think this is definitely a recipe that I wanted to have at some point. Quill, let's... Should be under potential combinations, right? Quill... Magic ink pot and quill. Yeah, that I already knew. But I wasn't quite sure how to create the magical ink in the first place. Where is it? I really wish they wouldn't show like these potential combinations, right? If I have already crafted them. Oh, I think they just straight up gave me the recipe. Magic ink pot and quill. Ink pot and quill, pixie dust. So I don't have pixie dust, but sheet of paper, pixie dust. Quill. Oh, a feather and a dagger. That's interesting. Okay. Well, how do I create an ink pot and quill then, though? Doesn't tell me that. Huh. Strange. Do I still have a dagger? Oh, I have the knife, right? That should work as well. Knife and feather. Okay. But yeah, the problem is, how do I make an ink pot? I mean, I have vials. Where'd the feather go? That doesn't work. Jar and feather? I mean, I would still need ink though, right? Oh well, guess I'm still missing something there. Really? I'll pick up this. Okay, thank you. Pot still. Why does it say use? Oh no. Is this bugged? Oh, never mind. I thought I was stuck, but thankfully I wasn't. I don't know, this seems like it's both shown as an item and something to use? I don't think that's right. Blasphemy. Let's read this first. Why the 7 gods exist, not now nor ever have. Gods, ha! Fairy tales, phantoms, what more? Who could mistake the mysteries of nature for the hand of a ghost? The bounty and beauty of nature, it seems foolish to assign this wonder to some unknown and unknowing entity. Some may request I cast my mind's gaze not upon the lilies of the field, but upon the soul of man and the higher beasts. But this I submit, that I have inspected the inner workings of men and beasts, living and dead, and I have found no soul, only squirming red and bleeding purple. There was no god in those private chambers. Oh, okay. Well, fair enough, right? I mean, that is definitely a fair observation, I think. But whether or not it's a right one, I mean, there's still definitely something that might be, you know...
Oh, another one for the collection.
More important than just flesh. Volume 6. Let's read this. If you find yourself in need of a sheet of paper while wandering the wilds, or a village of illiterates, you can easily create your own. Find some scraps of wood, dampen them, then fire them to create a perfectly useful leaf. Okay, mush of wood. So I guess you can combine water bottles with wood scraps? That's interesting. And there are all kinds of things here. Ornate chest. Ooh, nice. Flare scroll. Sheet of paper. Let's take a look at that. So... that's not a water barrel. What? So with any kind of water, you can create a mush of wood. And then the sheet of paper with oven and... okay. Interesting. Interesting, interesting, interesting. So can I... let's see, crafting... I have a lot of water bottles, right? Oh, wait, I also have mugs of water. That should work as well, in theory, right? It doesn't? Seriously? Well, that doesn't... So you need a bucket of water? Okay. Well, that's slightly strange, but... okay. Oh, well, I guess I can't craft this right now. Pick up the bottle. Pick up the bottle. A vial.
Junk.
Are vials really just junk? He who smells it. Rumor has it that orc smiths make their great axes with 2 pieces of steel. Most men couldn't carry such a large weapon, let alone swing it, so few attempt the forging process. 2-handed swords can be crafted in a similar manner, using twin pieces of iron instead of steel. A sword as long as a man is high, it takes quite the broadsword to wield such a thing. I'm pretty sure I already had these recipes. Blah! Those kinds of comments are kind of strange, but oh well. Okay, yeah, I think I actually looted everything, huh? Cool. Let's save it. And deal with Evelyn. Hopefully. Ooh. Take that. Hold it right there, young lady. I see the whispers were true. Tell me who authorized this little trick of yours Counselor Jake made. What? Tricks. Oh, is that the conduit? Leandra. Oh, well that's interesting. So... Ah, that's cool. So, okay. We haven't found or hadn't found the corpse yet of Jake, right? Of the counselor. This is where they took it. And apparently this Leandra lady convinced him. So maybe, so Jake was, he, like, very frequently, he very frequently took a room with other ladies at the inn, right? And a lot of people knew about that in town, which I guess is probably how Leandra killed him, right? I suppose it was her who did it. Probably lured him into the room and then killed him. And apparently even convinced him enough to, you know, even in death, let her have her way with him. Interesting that, yeah, whatever Evelyn did definitely didn't go over well with her. That's a very, very interesting setup. I wonder where Theralon is, though. I thought he was talking at first, but then I realized it was the corpse. So... one second, let me just... Right. Man, I really hate that the weird DHL Express thing doesn't work properly, or it seems like it doesn't work properly. It's really, really strange that they... Because it shows, like, it says two things at once, right? It says where the package was originally handled, but it shows as if it's already somewhat close to me. But I don't think that's right. There's definitely something weird about it. Man, I really hate that. I wish it had some sort of proper life tracking. But anyways, I wonder if there's... Oh, well, they are level 8 though. Ooh, well she... Okay. Evelyn is 6. Zombie Jake is level 8. She's level 20 though. Which probably means that we shouldn't engage her. I mean, as soon as she sees us, she might just nope out. The conduit, Leandra. So she is the actual threat and probably sort of one of the end bosses of the game. Most likely. Do I just want to go in there? Or, let's talk to them.
Curse your stupidity, Evelyn. Look over there. Your foolish games have brought source hunters into our very midst.
Huh, you look, beautiful. Who are you?
I have no time for these distractions. Brachus Rex's resurrection is at hand. Deal with these insects and join me. Understand?
Okay, they want to resurrect Brachus Rex. Makes sense. Wonder if we're gonna meet her again at the church then.
Of course, O Holy Conduit. I will deal with them swiftly.
I will deal with you swiftly, I think, but okay.
See to it that you do.
You!
Yeah, me.
Your stomping through my affairs has cost me dearly. More dearly than you'll ever know. What a pleasure it will be to see the Source shred your every last sinew.
It's actually kind of funny that we sort of on accident destroyed her little stone experiment thing, right? I mean, she probably wanted to use that bloodstone to experiment on people a lot more. That's probably also why she heals them, right? So that they can then experiment on their corpses. Yeah, that's really, really funny that we sort of accidentally got rid of her stone, right? And it's true, you're a sorcerer.
Yes, a sorcerer, disciple of blood, chaser of life everlasting. For a true sorcerer, death is but an inconvenience to rid oneself of, Hunter.
Well, to be honest, I don't think you've done that good of a job at that particular task, considering that all the people we've met that were previously dead always, I mean, either they're sort of mindless corpses, zombies, or skeletons, and if they're not, they're also not exactly in good condition, I guess.
Brachus Rex, centuries in his grave, will walk again, healthy as a newborn babe. That is our power, the power of sorcery.
Who the hell is Brachus Rex, and why are you trying to resurrect him?
He was the greatest sorcerer ever to have lived.
He's very chatty, by the way.
His power outmatches us all. The secrets he carries within him are phenomenal.
Can you really be sure of that, though? I mean, if he's been dead that long, do you really think that all of those stories are completely true? Do you not think that he's gonna, like, as soon as he's gotten enough power to be on his own, he's gonna get rid of you and just, you know, do whatever he wants to do?
He will aid us in our task, Hunter. All you have seen, all we are trying to do, this is but the beginning.
Yeah, I think you're kind of in over your head, lady. That healing stone you had, was it fueled by source magic too?
You mean my bloodstone, I suppose? Ha! It was named like that for a reason, Source Hunter. I'll put it simply. We start with Starstone. A pretty gem, but hardly special.
So do you think?
It contains a potential, though, known only to the enlightened few. If imbued with blood, Starstone contains the power to heal. A life given to the stone is a life one can give to another.
Okay.
To save a great life must be sacrificed. This is what the conduit has taught us.
Okay, so in order to resurrect Brachus Rex, they have to sacrifice a great life first? What would count as a great life in this circumstance, though? And what is Councillor Jake doing here? What have you done to him?
That wretch is but a thrall, a tool. But the conduit trusted him. I was determined to find out why, and resurrected him.
Oh. Wait, this is the other way around. The conduit trusted Jake? What's going on there?
His unwillingness to cooperate has proven something of an annoyance, but no matter. We're nearly through, aren't we, Jake? Just a little more pain.
That's rather interesting. So they're working against each other in a way? Who's this lady you call the conduit?
She is our leader. Leandra is her name. The conduit is her title. She aims to bring about... But no, you are not worthy of such knowledge. The bird does not explain to the worm why it devours it.
Yeah, she feels very high and mighty. I don't think she realizes that she is going to die. You were pretty chatty all around, though, considering that you deem us not worthy of such knowledge.
Considering the imminent turn of the tide, Source Hunter, you should trust me when I say you're better off dead. Brachus Rex is rising, and soon Source will live again.
We'll see about that. Holy shit. What are these spells that they can pull off that just... What the hell is she doing? That just summons in a billion creatures. Well, now she's burning the ground for a change. Shackles of Pain. Shackling. Okay. Cool. That doesn't sound good. I think what that might be doing is that it's probably gonna hurt my character too if I attack her. Sounds about right. Demonic Ram. What's up with these guys? They have fire resistance. They're weak to water though. That's kinda cool though, because I can actually cast rain this time around, I suppose. I could also... Well, she probably can't be charmed, right? But I could charm the bat, like the big guy in the back. I think that'll be fun. He's slightly out of range? Oh, that's unfortunate. Well, Cyclops Wizard charming this guy, probably also a good idea, right? Oh, holy shit, that actually... Still more damage than I wanted it to. Also, I got the arrow back. Holy shit, nice. So this shouldn't hurt my, charmed target now, right? Oh, she's chained to Medora. I didn't realize, but yeah, it does what I thought it would, which is that Medora's taking damage every time I damage her. Okay, I need to keep that in mind. Probably wanna... Should probably, heal her then. Though I also need to heal myself. Well, I'm burning, but casting rain should hopefully get rid of it. Oh, wait, I didn't realize Medora actually has a debuff. Character will receive damage when the original caster gets damaged, yeah. So that only lasts 3 turns, so she has to cast that again if she wants to keep it up. Okay, well, I could also cast rain. The thing is, right, Lillian can deal a lot more, she has the water one, right?
Rain nurtures our land.
What a deluge!
Nice. So this got rid of my burning, right? Okay, cool. That's really, really good, because... It's actually awesome. So, Berdotta can stun them with her bow. I can also stun them. I just need to be careful, because I created a water surface here, right? But it doesn't look like there's water on the staircase. Okay, so do I want to hasten somebody or do I want to attack somebody? The problem is I have my normal attack is going to deal fire and air damage. It's not that great. I think in this particular case, hastening Lillian might actually be really good.
We need to get up to speed!
I cannot endure this fiery agony!
Wait, what? Why did you start burning again? Oh, I didn't actually take a look at whether or not they're weak to burn. I mean, in theory, I could just fortify Medora as well, right? Just attacking them normally would probably already... Wait, let me see. That costs 3 AP. Let's fortify her.
Fortify!
Failed? Are you kidding me? Maybe it doesn't work if she's shackled. I can actually try to cast this, right? Yeah, that might not be the worst idea. Of course, freezing failed. Well, that was bad. Oh well. Let's see, should I mean, she will receive damage when when Evelyn's being hit. Beyond that, she would be kind of fine, right? So it could... just try knocking all of them down. Wait, so that would cost... Let's do this first. That does also encourage the charming thing, but... Boy, that did a little bit more damage than I wanted it to do. Wait, did I damage Evelyn? Why does she receive so much damage? Let's enter my defensive stance then. Did I just kill this guy? With her defensive stance, she should hopefully be able to survive everything. Huh. The hell was that? I probably shouldn't cast Ricochet right now because then Medora would be hit as well, right? Let's enter precision stance. Since this guy's knocked down, he should actually receive a ton of damage. And of course, I stunned everyone, didn't I?
It's too slowly to sustain me.
What the hell did I just do there?
It never rains but it pours, eh?
Well... Sorry, Medora, I guess I'm a little bit too strong here, but then again, it got rid of the shackles in theory. Oopsie, I guess. Well... Let me resurrect her then. Sorry about that. Let's move her over. Let's move her over here, I guess. Heal her. Should I slow someone? Could cast Oath of Desecration on her. He's stunned anyways. He's also stunned, but could still... Short Bone Lieutenant, also stunned. I could just attack that guy normally though, right? Yeah, let's just do this. I could try to knock down Evelyn, maybe? Or cripple her? Let's consume this. Let's try to knock her down. Unfortunate. Okay, so now she isn't... Well, that guy isn't charmed anymore. I got rid of the guy I wanted to charm, right? He's still stunned. I guess I can just attack him. He's stunned again? Oh, she blinded her. Well, that's not nice. Some sort of stun. Okay. I think that stun failed though, right? Should I summon in Nick or Blitzbolt? I mean, that guy's almost dead already. Let's just cast that on her. Nice. Well, that'll make things a lot easier. Do I have something to unblind her? Is that a thing that I can do? Actually, don't think so. Well, to be honest, it probably makes more sense for her to just attack. They're both stunned. Oh, he's probably also weak to water, right? Maybe. Can I still do this? I guess this still counts. I don't exactly realize how being blinded works. Because I think skilled still work, but your actual hit chance would be reduced, something like that? That's unfortunate that I wasn't able to stun him. Evelyn goes next, right? Should I maybe try to blind her? Nope. Doesn't work. Let me actually double check. What are her like weaknesses? She's wet. She does have resistances, but not necessarily good ones. Well, this thing will very quickly die, I think, anyways. Let's kill this guy off. Evelyn, you're on your own, you realize that, right? See if she can be poisoned. Ooh, that was really strong. Can I just hit her? That was easy.
The Source Hunter. Dear dead heaven, too.
drawn to my source little corpse like flies to excrement.
Guess you could say that, yeah.
Well, here I am. A man no longer. A monster instead. Unworthy of a conduit's grace.
What's going on with you and the conduit? Counselor Jake, I presume.
The very same. Jake, counselor by day, sorcerer by night, martyr in death.
So, I guess that means he collected those gems, like, because he knew that they were connected to source magic, or that he could use them for bloodstones and stuff? You say you're a martyr? What do you mean by that?
You contest it now, you presumptuous dog. I died serving a conduit.
Do we have to fight him as well? What was going on with him? I thought he would join the fight or something.
Leandra! Oh, blessed conduit! I'd have followed you till the end of time. But it wasn't to be. I was stuck down in the prime of my sorcery, and by whom? Leandra's own sister. The pox upon her.
Oh, wait, who's the Wait, is Evelyn her sister? You were killed by the conduit's sister.
Ikara.
Okay, Ikara.
I spit on every syllable. They call her the witch. She is powerful in her own right, but never would I have thought she'd challenge her sister Leandra and kill one of the most loyal. Me.
I would have never thought that this Jake guy is actually a sorcerer himself. That's a really, really cool revelation. Well, for the entire time I thought that he either accidentally entered something he didn't know about, or that he was just some sort of... I mean, he was the counselor, right? So he could have been used as some sort of leverage over the town, I guess. I don't know. Or he could have been enchanted, I don't know, but the fact that he's a sorcerer, that's really, really interesting. And also, so these guys, they all really follow their own agenda, right? So there is Leandra, there is the Ikara, and they are sisters, but definitely work against each other. And then there is Evelyn as well, who, while working for Leandra, still sort of questions her and wanted to find out what happened to Jake. So I really, really like that. Well, first of all, that's a cool tool in terms of storytelling, right? That it's not just the enemies, but there are factions within within the sorcerers as well, right? And they don't all follow the same goal. That's really, really interesting. And what's also really cool is that, yeah, Evelyn is sort of... I wonder why she questioned her decisions and stuff. There must be more you know about Ikara.
Very little indeed. What concern was that foul woman of mine? What witch, perhaps, but black sheep of her family, too. She shunned her sister's teachings. Can you believe that? She could have been the very conduit's right hand, but she shunned her.
All of them are really, really chatty, right? Evelyn already revealed a bunch of things to us, and now this zombie Jake is doing the same thing.
Oh, take vengeance upon her, blessed Leandra. I invoke you. Open her veins, bleed her dry. Give her a function at last.
Tell me about your murder.
My murder, a tale of woe. The time, a misty midnight. The place, the King Crab Inn. The players, myself, Leandra, Ikara, and a stranger whose identity I have never established.
Wait, so both Leandra and Ikara were there?
The conduit was there to meet with this stranger, and had tasked necessary.
This is... I never expected that. I never expected that this murder was going to be... Like, I expected that the murder was going to be just a sort of... Well, what do you call that? Like a reason for us to investigate and ultimately stumble upon, source magic that's being practiced and everything. But the fact that the very murder itself and the people involved with it were all involved with source magic, right? And, yeah, that's pretty crazy. I really, really like that, except for a couple of side quests, which is cool. I mean, definitely it's great that there are also side quests that don't really have anything to do with everything else. Though that being said, even the side quests are kind of involved with the main stuff you do in a way, because, for example, for Headless Nick, you have to venture into the same cave that you have to go into in order to find the undead pirates and whatnot, and Desdemona. So it's all kind of it's really, really interesting how they all flow into each other as well. But yeah, that's really, really cool that the orcs and everything's sort of connected. Pretty awesome.
I heard sounds of passion at first, but later of angry argument. Then I heard Leandra's command, and I entered the room.
Sounds of... Wait. Huh? They were three... Wait, so... Did Leandra and Ikara possibly lure that stranger in, had sex with him, and then killed him? Or something?
She swerved past me and... Oh, I can still feel the rasp of her holy breath upon my ear. Whispered, "Finish him." The man lay on the floor, struck down, and ready for my knife, which I plunged deep into his heart.
Okay, so the thing that I try to get together here is that people have told us that they saw 3 people entering the room, right? Which I guess were Ikara, Leandra, and that stranger. And Jake must have already been in the room then. I thought people would have recognized Jake. Or maybe Jake came in with Leandra and Ikara and the stranger was there first?
Yet, but not a moment later, Ikara burst through the window, and I was defenseless.
Oh no, never mind.
She savagely tore my life from my body, and I died in the glow of the source. A holy martyr, slain in the name of the conduit.
Oh, never mind. So Jake, the stranger, and Leandra entered the room. Leandra had sex with the stranger, or did something to him to convince him to do whatever she wanted him to do. Then wanted Jake to finish him off, but Ikara then came through the window. Very interesting. And why did Evelyn resurrect you?
Foolish grasper. She who thought herself the conduit's favorite couldn't stand that I had been privileged as a confidant. When she realized the conduit had been in the inn the night I was killed, she couldn't stand to think that I had been trusted where she had not.
Okay, so she went to the, what's his name? The guy that handled the corpse and resurrected Jake.
She brought me back to unlife so that I would reveal what I knew. She wanted to work her way back into the conduit's confidence. But as you saw, Leandra had no interest in Evelyn's petty tricks.
Yeah, I mean, that also doesn't necessarily seem like the most intelligent thing to do on Evelyn's part, right? If she's already not being trusted with all the information, resurrecting the very person that was killed there, I don't know. Definitely not the most intelligent reaction, I would think. So she mentioned the resurrection of Brachus Rex. Do you know anything about him?
Yes, yes. The king is dead, but not for long. Long His knowledge of the source is absolute, and through him so will the conduits be.
Okay.
The hour is nigh. You do not realize it yet, but his axe is falling towards your scrawny neck. I am of little use to Leandra's cause now. My worm-eaten rind is an insult to her perfection. To my grave, then, I will go. I suppose you'll not grudge me my portion of rest.
Wait, so he's just going to die? Or bury himself? Or what? What's going on there? That's a lot of experience.
Rex was he, though only half as holy. The Source King. He is more than legend.
Huh.
The immaculate snake sprouts a new head wherever we look. If our murder victim's one of them crazy cultists, anyone could be.
One of them crazy cultists? Yeah, that's... You know, usually Medora is, you know, a little bit too much involved with, like, weird theories, but in this particular case, she's definitely right about that. I mean... This is going to be very, very interesting indeed. Also, it's going to be incredibly interesting to go back to town and actually tell people what the hell happened here. I actually wonder if we'll be able to, you know, really deal with the whatever's going on at the church. Because it could very well be that we'll have to return to that at some point as well. Wait, I actually get a resurrect scroll back. Nice. 7 minor healing potions, a smelly scarf? What the fuck is that? Treasure! This was kind of insane in terms of the amount of experience that we got, but also the amount of loot that is here. Okay, let's see. Find the witch. Counselor, or rather zombie Jake, told us he was murdered by the White Witch Ikara. Ikara is the sister of Leandra, whose source cult is plaguing Sicil. We must find Ikara and investigate further. Search for Brachus Rex. Both Evelyn and Jake belong to a cult whose leader Leandra is trying to resurrect Brachus Rex, an ancient sorcerer king whose scourge would be nothing short of apocalyptic. Leandra escaped the fray and is likely on her way to Brachus Rex's grave. We must find out where this abomination was buried. And then the main quest, we discovered that Evelyn didn't murder Jake after all, but that she was a necromancer who resurrected him. Her purpose in Sicil was to oversee the resurrection of an ancient sorcerer king called Brachus Rex. Her master Leandra is trying to do so still. She must be stopped. And then we actually finished The Counselor's Wife. We have uncovered the truth behind the intricate web that was Counselor Jake's murder case, proving conclusively that his wife Esmeralda is, and always was, completely innocent. A mysterious murder. We have discovered that Jake himself was a sorcerer as well as a victim of sorts. He was killed by a woman called Ikara, also known as the White Witch. She's the sister of Leandra, the leader of the cult we are investigating. As for Jake, he was turned into a zombie, a fitting end for a creature so vile. Well, this will be interesting. This is the same book we already picked up. Yeah. I guess I can just,
Nothing but rubbish!
Oh, they actually also tortured orcs. Interesting. Hey, there's an inkpot and thrill. Desk. Box. Nice. fire scroll. And more stuff. Nice, nice, nice. How can you actually pick up so much junk? So let me talk to the rat. Mr. Rat?
How can Evelyn hate Jake? They're both the best of friends with the white-haired lady. What was her name? Condelia?
What? I don't think so, little rat. This was a whole lot of fun. I mean, it was kind of easy to get through, although I accidentally killed Medora. Sorry for that, but I guess, you know. Okay, got a bunch of flutes. And, oh, yeah, right, the inkpot and quill, I completely forgot. Let's pick this up. Well then, this was certainly very, very interesting. I wonder what this did to the town. I wonder what's going on there now. Also, status, still somewhat far away from level 9 though. I wonder if, what's her name? Esmeralda? Jake's, wife? I wonder if she will be pleased to hear that she's innocent. Or that we proved her innocence, rather. Oh, hello.
Source Hunter, you have done it, haven't you? You've discovered the fate of Counselor Jake.
Indeed I have. Let me get you up to speed.
By the gods, no one could have predicted such a dark turn of events. This is worse than my deepest fears made manifest. It just cannot be that they aim to resurrect him. Brachus Rex. It cannot be.
To be fair, though, the fact that Brachus Rex was buried here, I mean, that kind of information, I don't know, was that not known? Because I'm just thinking that, I mean, I guess they didn't really know about that, or they wouldn't have really known that, that he's, I don't know. I don't know. This is definitely,
Forgive me, this news just so very upsetting.
Oh.
This thing. It was the king of tyrants. The embodiment of terror. The lunatics that seek his rise must be stopped, whatever the cost.
Or maybe they also didn't really expect that somebody would be dumb enough to try that. I mean, as I said, right, even if this Leandra is really, really capable of source magic, if this Brachus Rex is as powerful as they're describing him to be, I do think that he would just do whatever he wants to do as soon as they revive him instead of doing whatever they wanted him to do. So, seem to take this matter greatly to heart, Ahu.
I do. I do indeed. Brachus would unseat the king of demons in sheer perfidy and malice given half a chance. For the world, For you and I to suffer his perversions once more is unthinkable.
Is he really that strong?
The possibility of his return is more than I can bear. And Ikara, that she has been dragged into this sorry business adds insult to insufferable injury.
Wait, he knows Ikara? Was I oblivious to this? Who's Ikara? Did we already know? Wait. These necromancers seek to resurrect Brachus. They must be gathering at his grave. Do you know where we should look?
There have long been rumors that Brachus's corpse was interred in the vaults beneath the abandoned Church of the Seven in Sicil's eastern hinterlands.
Yeah, see, I mean, if they at least knew about these rumors, and they've been dealing with this undead plague for 2 years now, they've even sent out an expedition to the church. Wouldn't they have kind of, instead of sending out 3 different expeditions, wouldn't you, like, pull those forces together and go to the church first? I guess the Legion didn't really know about that? Or they, maybe it's because the Legion commander is so sort of full of himself that he didn't really consider asking anybody else about where the grave could possibly be.
That place is crawling with undead these days, so the rumors may well be true. Where Leandra goes, the dead rise left and right. And even in death, the long-lost tyrant's corruption appears to persist.
By the way, I just realized we haven't actually found Theralon, or whatever his name was, the doctor. Huh.
Come to think of it, did anyone in Evelyn's lair mention the name Cassandra?
Oh yeah, I think the rat tried to. No one mentioned that name. Why?
It's nothing, Hunter. Nothing. My mind is reeling, but I'll feel better soon. After you've cut short Leandra's dark pursuits.
Maybe you should tell us who Cassandra is, right? Because she may well play a role in all of this. Why are you bemoaning Ikara's involvement in all this?
She is a great woman, Hunter. A champion of all that is good and pure. She may have killed Jake, but then again, the man turned out to be a vile sorcerer.
Wait, who is Ikara? Did I completely forget that? Did I already meet Ikara somewhere and just don't realize that I met her already? Because, like, huh. So, the way Evelyn was describing Ikara, I thought that they were fighting amongst each other. I mean, very clearly Leandra and Ikara seem to be sisters, but maybe Ikara is actually against source magic?
I can only surmise that she is on to her sister's sinister schemes, which makes me fear for her safety more than anything else.
We saw the leader of this cult, Leandra, a sorceress.
Leandra. I know her, though I haven't seen her in years. As you know, she and Ikara are sisters. It's hard for me to believe that she's leading this cult. That she's delirious enough to go after Brachus Rex. But clearly her involvement can no longer be denied. She's as smart as 10 wizards put together, Hunter. An opponent to be feared.
Well, she's also level 20. But, if she is as smart as he says, I wonder if she is... Either she knows what Brachus Rex would do if he was resurrected, and she just specifically wants him to do whatever he wants. Or maybe she thinks she's smart enough to control him somehow.
Now, you said Jake and Evelyn called her the Conduit, didn't you? In that case, she may just be the elusive head of the Immaculates.
Yeah, the cult. So one of those guys was in the inn, right? What are the Immaculates?
There's a village in the forests north of Sicil where a new religion has taken hold.
Okay.
Its followers call themselves Immaculates. And I've heard say they worship a leader called the Conduit.
Well, that fits then.
This village is called Silverglen.
Ah.
And if my suspicions turn out to be correct, there is sorcery at work there.
We've definitely heard about Silverglen already. Do you have any idea who the stranger might be that Jake told us about? The one Leandra was meeting in the tavern?
Alas, I haven't the foggiest. Another sorcerer, perhaps? Or simply another victim of Leandra's ploys?
Huh. Yeah, that's really interesting, right? This mysterious stranger? What the hell is going on there?
The Legion didn't find a second body at the scene of the crime, so maybe he escaped with his life after all. Though, just as likely, his body too was taken away by Evelyn for experimentation.
Maybe that's the guy they want to sacrifice for Brachus Rex? Because they talked about that, right? I mean, that's what Evelyn basically said. The way these bloodstones work is that they basically steal the life force of a person and can then give it back to another one. But it sounded like those powers basically need to match, right? And if they want to resurrect Brachus Rex, either they need to collect a whole bunch of energy from dead bodies, which could also work. But I don't know, it sounds as if they might have been looking for some sort of very powerful person whose life force they could steal in order to revive Brachus Rex. Which might also be why they haven't really been able to do that yet, right? I mean, if this has been going on for at least 2 years, then you'd assume with all the dead things that are moving about and all the people that have already been killed, especially with all the bodies that we found in their lair as well, you'd think that they would have made a lot more headway towards reviving Brachus Rex, right? But maybe that's why they weren't able to do that yet. Maybe they needed to find somebody's sort of soul or innate magic power or something that was strong enough to put that into a bloodstone and then resurrect Brachus Rex. And maybe they were actually able to do that now? Let's continue the investigation.
And I will see if I can find out more about Ikara's involvement. But in the meantime, please pursue Leandra to the old church in the east and stop her before she can raise Brachus. I beg of you.
Well, she seems to be way too strong for us to deal with her, so I wonder how this is going to go.
Looks like bringing up Brachus Rex's name alone is enough to turn our friendly neighborhood wizard into a scaredy cat.
I wonder why this ancient specter spooks him so. Arhu doesn't strike me as the type to scare very easily.
Yeah, especially since Arhu himself is fairly capable, right?
And so the mystery is solved. Councillor Jake was murdered by this so-called White Witch, Ikara. But as it stands, I guess our next concern is Brachus Rex.
Well, I mean, if Ikara's working against her sister, maybe she would be quite a capable ally? Question mark? We did what we set out to do, though. Nowhere in our orders is the hunt for an undead king mentioned. Then we know what we must do next. Pursue Leandra and stop her before she brings Brachus Rex back to life. Yeah. I mean, even though that's not our job, technically, I mean, if we're source hunters, what bigger task would there be, right?
Then we know what we must do next. Pursue Leandra and stop her before she brings Brachus Rex back to life.
Agreed. If Brachus is half as dangerous as Jake and Evelyn claimed, we must prevent his ever seeing the light of day again. Yeah. The way, the first is true as well, but yeah.
Agreed. If Brachus is half as dangerous as Jake and Evelyn claimed, we must prevent his ever seeing the light of day again.
Bolt, +1, okay. Search for Brachus Rex. It is said that Brachus Rex was interred beneath the grounds of a now abandoned church in the eastern hinterlands of Sicil. If so, that is where we'll find Source cult leader Leandra and, God forbid, the resurrected king himself. According to Arhu, Leandra's followers are known as the Cult of Immaculates. Leandra herself is known by the title The Conduit, and her home base is a village, Silverglen, in the forest north of Sicil. Before investigating, we should focus our attention to the dreaded Brachus Rex. Cassandra, who art thou? Arhu was startled by Leandra's plan to resurrect Brachus Rex. He asked if between Evelyn, Jake, and Leandra anyone mentioned the name Cassandra. No one did, and he dismissed our further inquiry. Weird, right? I wonder if this weird sort of jagged edge here is because the game will sort of lift this and make us able to go to Silverglen. Huh. Abandoned church. Yeah, I wonder how difficult this is going to be. Because it sure as hell sounds difficult, doesn't it? Okay, I'm still gonna just go back to town, I think. There's also still that well, that wishing well, that I need to deal with. Let me see, inventory, 60... I mean, I picked up a bunch of stuff. It's gonna go over to Berdotta. Fine wooden earth one. This is... Oh no, never mind. This is just a normal... I can sell that. A bunch of crafting materials. Crafting initiative. Pile of clothes. I guess we can sell that as well, right? Bread. Cheese. Firestorm grenade. Let's go to Medora. Key, bucket. Oh yeah, this one's to craft, right? Yeah. Silver arrow. Couple boots and stuff. Bunch of stuff to sell. I really wonder if Jake's wife will potentially give us something for proving her innocence. Don't necessarily think she will, but I guess we'll never know, you know. Poison antidote. Ah, nice. Yeah, let's just keep it. Identify this. +1 crafting, +2 initiative, okay. Might want to keep that for crafting. For lands, I don't really need. Flare scroll, I can give to Lillian as well. Sheet of paper, vial. Orc horn, bucket. Smelly scarf. The simple silk scarf bears the heavy musk of an indoctrinally excitable wearer. Okay. Wait, that's a bottle of beer. That's fine. Okay. still don't really know what the hell you're supposed to do with the alcohol stuff. Ooh, level 7. Plus movement. Plus air resistance. Plus HP. I might want to use those. Telekinesis, poison resistance. Yeah, let's give her the other ring with movement. Giving her a bunch of movement seems like a good call, to be honest. 25 plus HP, also probably not the worst idea. Anybody still missing a ring? Perception. Oh yeah, she is. Put that ring on her then. Okay. Let's sort this. At least I was able to get rid of this one rain scroll that for some reason didn't want to stack with the other stuff. Let's go to the north gates. Let's see if we can talk to people and potentially find out what's going on in town, find out what they think about what we found out. I mean, she here still wants us to investigate the church, right?
Salutations, Source Hunter. They must come from somewhere, from some vile source. I shall be very glad to share what information I can give you.
It's a bit strange that these kinds of things don't really update. I mean, we haven't fully completed those things yet, right? But I still think that it's somewhat weird that they don't really give us different dialogue, I guess.
Again.
Discuss Jake's murder. Okay.
Straight. There are insidious sorcerers running about town that turned a council ambassador into a zombie for sport, after said councillor was murdered by some mystery witch who subsequently trotted off to her cabin in Luculla Woods. Sure you haven't omitted relevant details like, flying brooms, black cats, and bloody pentagrams?
Oh, well, we can talk about the details if you want. There was, like, this one thing where they could, like, heal themselves through blood and whatnot. I guess he doesn't care.
By Belagar's nethers. Sounds like a fantasy tale mothers tell their children before bed.
Well, this is a fantasy game.
It's more than fantasy either. Though no doubt Ahu puts stock in your every word.
Are you fucking kidding me? He really doesn't believe anything of that? Is he really that dumb? I mean, I definitely get that you might not want to believe that that's happening, but clearly a whole undead plague combined with orcs running amok. You'd have to come to the conclusion that, and also Evelyn's gone now, and he could just go to her lair and look at that, right?
Anyway, be these truths, half-truths, or outright lies, it seems to me your business in Seal is concluded. Don't let the undead hit you on the way out.
Sorry, buddy, but we'll stick around.
If you must.
Let's discuss
What
Evelyn.
more is there to say? She clearly was in league with the sect that's been unsettling Seal, so now that she's dead, all the better. Hopefully, though, it has dawned on you that a sect implies multiple adherents. The search continues.
Okay, so I guess he was more upset than anything else because, yeah, that would have been pretty dumb of him not to at least you know, make sure whether or not what we told him is true or not. But, is there any information you have to share about the White Witch?
I don't see how my mother-in-law is any of your business, Hunter. Seriously, though, I doubt information given by the zombified remains of a counselor is to be trusted. But then again, you do take the advice of cat wizards, too.
Wait, what? Ikara's his mother-in-law?
I heard she has a cottage in the forest north of the city. I'm sure it's made of gingerbread and you'll find the remains of eaten children. So off you trot in chase of fairy tale thieves.
Sometimes I don't get the way he's talking. Like, is he like serious with that?
What'd you take me for? An ignoramus? That accursed name rings a goddamn Carillion. He was the last Sorcerer King, a frightful warrior that fell dozens before finally being slain by the army that had risen against him.
And you want the source hunters that are in your city to just go up and leave because we've concluded our business because you don't think that Brachus is going to be an issue? Really?
We may well stand on unholy ground right now. For they say his remains were buried in what is now Sicil.
Okay. Sure, buddy. Well, I guess I just talked to Arhu, right? So no real use in talking to him again, I presume.
Sorry, sir.
Let's see. Let's go to Esmeralda's shop and see if she, hopefully, is, well, somewhat elated to hear that she isn't considered a murder suspect anymore. Also, I want to go back to the clinic and see if Tharalon returned. Don't know why he would, but maybe he does. Let's see, Esmeralda's shop. Hi.
The hunter returns. I hope you are here to shop rather than sleuth.
Let's discuss your husband's murder.
I cannot believe Jake was a sorcerer. What depravities did he commit? Was he planning to use me as a sacrifice? Ooh, I shudder to think that for years I have lain next to him at night, peacefully sleeping, while his thoughts dwelt on blood and devilish magic.
That must be pretty disturbing to hear, right? Not gonna lie. I mean, even though she was, I mean, they weren't really in love with each other, but, well, I guess Counselor Jake had a pretty good position to cover up a lot of what he did, right? I don't know, maybe Esmeralda was also a little bit, well, she was probably quite glad that Jake, since they weren't really, I mean, they were married, but they weren't really in love with each other, right? She probably was quite glad that he didn't really care too much about her or left her alone to her own devices and stuff. So she probably didn't really ask too many questions about what he was doing, right? I mean, she genuinely seemed to think that he just has like a small stone collection and whatnot, even though those were actually star stones turned to bloodstones, or potentially being turned to bloodstones. Okay, let's trade real quick. I don't know whether or not the people in town have new stuff to buy. Probably not really, considering that we haven't leveled, if that's the trigger for that. Let's sell a bunch of stuff. Large poison resistance potion, I can get rid of that. Definitely can get rid of multiple buckets. Let's keep one though, so that I can potentially create paper. Was Wasn't there another thing that I wanted to take a look at? Oh yeah, I can definitely... Let's sell this. Let's sell this. Find Wooden Earth Wand. Allows you to cast Summon Wolf. That's pretty cool. It's only level 5 though. Yeah, these without additional effects I don't really need either. What was the other thing that I was trying to say? Oh yeah, in terms of skill books and stuff, I wonder if the game is going to give us more stuff now. Or if we have to go towards Silver Glen to find somebody who's telling or selling more involved sort of things. So what's up with these vials? I guess they're just junk? Etch the glass, but it seems robust enough for your use. Empty bottle. Because these also don't combine with water, right? I feel like these are all just sort of... Oh, do you think I could have turned the pile of clothes into something to craft something else out of? Yeah, I don't know what's going on with these vials. To be honest, let's get rid of all of them except for one. I can keep this one to try to craft stuff with it, but I have a feeling they're not really meant to be crafted with, I guess. Do I also want to sell the bread? I mean, I really don't like its effects. Well, then again, maybe you can combine it to make sandwiches or something, somehow. Also, I should probably repair my equipment. Oh yeah, especially the weapons. They do... Weapon durability goes down fast, right? Because with every hit, you decrease the durability, or with every use, rather, not hit. I wonder why the durability of rings and stuff doesn't decrease. Why do they even have durability if it doesn't get affected by anything? Guess it's kind of overkill to do this, but always good to be ready for the next combat situation, right? Still kind of sad that she died. It always feels a little bit, well, kind of like you didn't actually do the encounter correctly, right? If somebody dies, but I have more than enough resurrect scrolls, so it's a legitimate thing to just, you know, basically sacrifice one of your characters if it means that you take out a bunch of other guys. Amphibian, thanks for the raid. Welcome in, everybody. What were you streaming? Tempo raid, hi. What's going on? Same game. Oh, how far are you in? Because I think, slowly getting to the end of the sort of the first Cyseal section here with the church and everything. Actually, finally found out who was the murderer. Also, how do you like it? I think it's a pretty awesome RPG. haven't really played classical RPGs prior to this one, so it's a lot of fun, I think. Especially the combat. Huh, I wonder where Thurlon went, though. I haven't really even heard anything about him. That's quite strange, not gonna lie. Water barrel. Okay, so let's actually try this out and combine the wood scraps with mush of wood. Probably easier to just do it this way. Let's craft away a bunch of things here. PC attempts death every time you end stream. Yeah, that's I don't know what it is with streaming, but sometimes very weird things can happen. But I hope your stream went well. And you managed to do a lot of stuff here in the game. Let's create these as well. It's such a fun game, especially with all the quests here in Cecile. It really feels like this quite involved story that sort of connects with all the different characters in town. It's really, really cool. The entire setup, but also how it plays out in the end, and with the great combat as well. Wait, I thought I created more... Oh, I guess... Okay, it doesn't really count me standing next to it. Or now I have to go in... Wait. Where is it? Objects? No? Oh well, whatever. Let's do it this way then. Oh, you played the second one first. Yeah, I actually thought about that myself. Because I also bought the second one first, funnily enough, because it was on sale. And in general, it looked a bit more, modernized and stuff. But then I kind of... Well, I thought that there are probably some, I guess, improvements to the whole game in the second part that I probably would find weird to go back to the first one after having played the second, right? And so I thought, yeah, why not get the first one first and then play it? So yeah, it's my first time playing an entry in the series, but also kind of first time in general playing a CRPG like this, and it's just a ton of fun. I really, really enjoy the combat. I think they did that pretty well, and though, I mean, the game's definitely... the dialogue choices, for example, aren't as involved maybe as in other RPGs, but it's just overall the entire setup is really, really fun, and I'm really looking forward to playing the second one after I finish with this, because I've already heard about some improvements that have been made there, and yeah. Also, I'm really looking forward to Baldur's Gate 3 as well, since I actually heard about that one first. I watched a bunch of... They're doing this live stream, right, with Baldur's Gate 3 about its development, and I haven't really been following it too closely, but it definitely seemed like a thing I wanted to get into, so playing these two games first seemed like the right thing to do, and also to find out how much I actually like it. Yeah, I can definitely see why. I mean, for the longest time, I've sort of, I've always seen, well, basically, like, reviews saying, oh yeah, this is a great RPG, right, you have to play it, one of the best sort of RPGs that came out in the last 10 years, but I never really got into it for some reason, and then at some point I just, really wanted to play an RPG again. and one that is more RPG in general as well. As much as I like something like Elden Ring, having really, well, all the kind of cool interactions that you can do during combat in this game, and also having a party and all that neat stuff, just insanely enjoyable. And yeah, I'm just really looking forward to, well, the rest of this game, but also the second one, because I think it's probably going to be even better than this one. And there's also just so much to see, right? It's this really, I don't know, in terms of its entire setup as well, it's this really cool combination of, well, it's both a fantasy world, it has really dark elements, but sometimes also really funny things. Has great combat, but also, I mean, even if the dialogue isn't as, you know, it doesn't have as many branching paths or something than in, let's say, The Witcher, it's still pretty good. The voice acting's great. Characters as well are pretty cool. So it's just, the entire package is pretty incredible. Whereas in other games, you always sort of find a couple things that don't work that well. I feel like in this game, well, the only thing that I really have to say is maybe a bit, you know, maybe a bit old, is a little bit the UI and a couple of customizations and options, but that's about it, right? Everything else is just absolutely, or has been absolutely incredible up until this point. Do I actually still want to... So I talked to Esmeralda, I talked to Arius, I talked to Arhu already. Valeron isn't here anymore. No idea where he went off to. So I guess all that's left for me to do is really to go to the church and try to stop Leandra from whatever she's trying to do. I guess. Though I could also go to the well first. Yeah, the whole skill thing is really, it's just so much more, I guess, the impact of it is just so much more important compared to other RPGs, I feel like. I don't know. While other RPGs do have, you know, important dialogue choices and stuff, the skills in this game are, I mean, for example, in that one cave on the beach, there was like a key behind the door, and for a while I just thought, well, how do I get the key? But then I just teleported one of my characters over behind the door and was able to pick the key up. It's these sort of neat interactions where you usually don't really think about stuff like that. Other RPGs, they do include things or spells and stuff that sound pretty cool on the surface, but ultimately just end up being another sort of just flavored way to deal damage. Whereas here, it really feels like these things are properly interacting. And, well, first of all, it's obviously really cool how you can, I don't know, set things on fire and then make them explode by throwing oil at it and all that neat stuff. And that you actually also have to think about resistances properly. So in terms of that, it's really cool. But the way you can then also use these skills in order to either do environmental puzzles or just come up with sort of creative solutions to quests, that's really awesome. And everything just feels so much more important's not really the right word, but just a lot more involved, I guess. A lot more meaningful, right? A stat, for example, getting +1 crafting or +1 lockpicking just feels so much more important because it actually might push you to be able to open up a door that was previously inaccessible, whereas in, let's say, Skyrim, it's just, oh, now I have a chance to crack this lock with 42% instead of 40% or something. So I really, really enjoy that. It's such a way more fun way of doing an RPG. Rather than just having stats that don't seem all that important, everything just seems a lot more involved. That's really the best way to describe it, I think. Feels a lot more as if Larian Studios, they only really included what they felt was important and was actually contributing something to the game, right? Whereas in other games, it feels like they put in a lot of stuff, but very rarely does it actually mean something. Wait, where the hell did... Where's the Mortician? Was he... I hope he wasn't killed by somebody. Kind of wanted to talk to him again about me having found out what's been going on with Jake's corpse, but I guess he's not here anymore? I mean, this is still the same book that we read previously, yeah. Huh. I guess he's just not around anymore. Oh, thanks. Yeah, that's... I don't know, it's just really, really enjoyable overall. It's been a while since I've played a game that was this just straight up enjoyable in like every way, right? Especially for an RPG, because usually RPGs tend to be, well, they can be very, very awesome, right? As much as I, you know, dislike certain choices in maybe The Witcher or Skyrim when it comes to gameplay especially. They're still really, really enjoyable games, but they just... RPGs tend to feel like a lot of, or at least part of them is always a bit overloaded, almost as if, you know, they just wanted to cram everything in them, but never really pay too much attention to whether or not it actually ends up being important. Whereas this really feels, I don't know, so purposefully crafted. As if they really only put in the stuff they also felt like was actually important to gameplay and story. Such a, actually kind of refreshing way for a game, I think. Yeah, I mean, I have definitely also already encountered certain things where I kind of maybe didn't really like either the general arena design or something, right, where I felt like it could have been either made more interesting or whatever, but at the end of the day, it always still ends up being really enjoyable because the combat itself is just really good. And, well, especially since you have so many ways of dealing with things, right? And so many ways of manipulating enemies as well. Even if something is really unexpected, or even if you have a party wipe because you simply didn't know about a certain encounter spawning in a certain way or something, it actually kind of motivates you to go back and just try again with a completely different tactic or a completely different approach. So, you know, even if something seems like it's, you know, maybe a bit more of an annoying encounter, it still ends up being really fun if you just try again. And also, interestingly enough, I feel like the game's on tactician mode is actually pretty well balanced, which is also something that most RPGs can't really say about themselves. Rather in general, so the game's economy, I think I mentioned that at some point as well, is that the game's economy is balanced pretty well, I think, at least up until this point. And combat in general. Oh, well, yeah, I feel like I have to go back to the church now. Sisal Grove, let me actually just go over there. Where is it? Here. Well, since the well is here, might not be the worst thing to just do this side quest right away. I wonder where it's going to transport me, but...
well,
Mr. Walter.
What do you wish to say? Words are like wine, you know. Will them well or wake up weak and willful.
How do I get back to... So I talked to him about this already? Yeah, I'm ready to go.
Send him my good wishes. Now wave bye-bye.
Let's see where this goes. So I talked to this well previously, but I decided against being teleported because I wanted to deal with Evelyn in the cave first. Ooh. Okay, this is really crazy. So this just teleports us somewhere completely different? Wait, there's even a waypoint shrine here? Ibrahim lava pits. So this is an entire level just for this quest? The Wishing Brother, this is it, right? A well whose brother was kidnapped and brought to an alternate dimension.
Apart by a wicked wretch.
The hell is this place?
Hideout, of course, the winter realm of the land of Fairy. At which winter worlds have you been weekending, if not Heiberheim?
Okay. I wonder if this is just going to tell me the same thing again.
What a wonderful well is he. Won't you give him my regards when you see him? In fact, would you like me to whisk you to him?
Yeah, okay, this is the same.
To him myself.
Oh, no, wait, this is... Let's stay here. Okay, yeah, that's just the dialogue option to get you back to the other realm. So we're in a completely different realm now? This actually looks absolutely awesome. Let me see. So chilled... minus movement, plus fire resistance, minus water resistance. The movement's actually... If I get into combat, that's probably going to be very annoying. Ooh, what is this? Looks like such a crazy place. Going to 2 will be a bit of a learning curve? Okay. Well, that sounds really fun, though. If they shake things up a bit. It's pretty cool, though, that if they don't just keep it the same, basically, right? Oh yeah, thanks. I wanna discover as much as I can by myself. Really, really appreciate that. But yeah, I'm definitely really, really looking forward to the second game and seeing, well, how it changed, what they changed, and why. Because it really feels like, I mean, if they go with the same sort of approach, then they probably had good reasons for why they would change certain things. And I feel like that's also going to be really interesting to see why and how that worked. Okay, I don't think I would be able to deal with the lava here. Lock level 99. Okay, so we definitely need keys first. Wait, this is locked too, though. Can I...
I don't see a way past this barrier. Not around here, anyhow.
There must be a way, though. I'm sure of it.
Where the hell am I meant to go? Ice crystals, so there's a lever here. There's a bunch of pressure plates down there. Cracked sentinel. What does this do? It does something. I'm not kind of stuck here? I guess I could try teleporting again? Maybe? Do I actually need something to deal with this? Doors are definitely also going to be invulnerable, right? Seems more like a puzzle than anything else. But I don't think this is going to work. Yeah. Because of the big wall? Did I miss something here?
I admit it with a weighty heart. I am weary. I am worried. I, William Wellington McWishing Well,
name's absolutely incredible.
I was snatched by the wild and wicked Winter King, Boreas the Wretch, and whisked into this prison. It was a wish he wanted, and a wish I had to grant. But I'm weary of thinking of the hows and whos and whys. There's no way to escape my fate now.
How do these wells work then? So one of them was whisked away to this dimension, but they are still somehow connected because they're brothers? Is there anything I can do to help?
Oh, how I wish there were, dear wanderer. This woeful abode is sealed fast and can only be opened from without.
Yeah, that seems what I just discovered.
Were there another entrance into this winterland, however, you might be able to help. Wherever your wanderings may take you, remember, if you find a new way into the winterland, don't forget your friend, Willie.
Huh, so I guess I can't actually do this right now.
Why Winter King used a wicked scroll to steal me. Perhaps if you found that scroll, you could use it to whirl me home to Wally. I believe he'll keep it among his other valuables, to wit, the treasure room.
Okay. The Wishing Brother. We found William McWishing. Well... Oh, right. So Walter is the one that I found, like the original one. This is William. Okay. The kid named Well, but he told us we won't be able to save him until we found another way into Hiberheim. Hibber? Did he call it Hibber or Hibber? Hibber, I guess. Part of the realm of Fairy. So this is the Feywilds, more or less? That's what it's called in Critical Role, right? We know how to save William. We need to find a spell guarded by King Boreas, I guess. Huh. Okay, so there has to be another way to get here. Well, that explains why it's an entirely different map then, if there's going to be multiple entry points to this. That's also pretty awesome, though, if they... Sort of a sneaky way of introducing you to this realm, I guess? That also was quite a lot of experience that I just got. Pretty close to level 8 now. Well, I guess there isn't that much that we can do here now. So let's get whisked away again. I need to talk about his brother, right? Yes.
Very well. Off you go.
It's also it's not even that the game is just full of cool stuff, right? But it's just how they did it is always great. Because it's so unexpected. You find a well, first of all, it's interesting that you find a well that talks. Then it's interesting how it talks. It's called Walter McWishing Well, and is using words with W all the time. Pretty cool. And then it just sends you off to another dimension, which seems to be an entirely different map to explore. That's so crazy. I feel like, especially that, it seems like the game is always offering you these incredible locations when you least expect them. Like the cove on the beach, for example. When I fought these orcs here, I thought that, oh, for sure, the cave behind it would just be, I don't know, small cave with a bunch of treasure and the information that we needed to find. But no, it was an entirely involved thing with like a pirate, an undead pirate captain, and another environmental puzzle to find the body for a head. And then it went to even another map part of the cave with more encounters and whatnot. That's really, really crazy. You can spend like hours in this one cave. And I just didn't expect that at all. It seems like the game is always doing this more... Well, it's not always unexpected, but it's certainly always surprising just how, I guess, involved those things can be. Yeah, I actually, the Pat Pal thing, when I created my characters, I thought that it wasn't necessarily that important. I don't even know, but, what was it? Something made me want to, well, I guess it was just because there seemed to be so many animals around, and I knew that it was a thing, right, when I went through character creation and looked at all the talents and stuff. But I just didn't realize how important it would be. And then when I saw how many animals were here, and especially... Oh, right, now I remember. It was because I was supposed to find out about the murder, and I went to the graveyard and where Jake was supposedly buried, right? The guy that was murdered. And his dog was next to the grave, and it seemed like he was agitated about something, but obviously I couldn't talk to him about it. And then when next I leveled up, I specifically picked Pet Pal for my main character so that I was able to talk to the dog and see what was up with him. And he then told me that the grave, well, that his Jake wasn't actually buried there, but it was some sort of other scent that he picked up. And yeah, from then on, obviously, I also talked to the other pets. And there are so many cool quests with them as well, right? Where the cats are, like the one cat is looking for his collar and wants us to bring him together with the cat from the mayor. And that's so great. And also the rats, like giving you little hints as to what kind of weaknesses you might be able to use on enemies and stuff. Really, really cool. And the voice acting is also pretty cool for all of those animals. Yeah, you see, because I actually tried to dig up, what was it, I think behind the clinic. I actually didn't go back there afterwards, but there's like a grave, I think it was behind the clinic, and it sort of warns you about not digging it up. I did it anyways, and it just killed my entire party all at once. And so next time when I reloaded, I didn't do that again. But that's why I was really, really wary of actually digging up Jake's corpse. or the coffin, because I wasn't quite sure what was going to happen with that, but yeah, talking to the dog confirmed that it wasn't actually his corpse, so I dug it up anyways, and it's pretty awesome what kind of different approaches you can get with choosing Pet Pal. Yeah, the rats are really cool, and it's also, they never give away too much, right? It's always just a sort of a little hint as to what you might want to look at or try out. It's pretty cool how they set that up. Okay, I guess I just want to move through here then. First. And that'll bring me around and then into the church. I feel like this is gonna be for later. Maybe. Just want to make sure that none of those weird fire creatures are suddenly going to attack me. Also, the oil here is kinda suspicious. Oh, it's even auto-saving me. What? Am I stepping on something here? What's being activated? Sounds like there's some sort of automatic switch going off. Oh, wait. They might be invisible. Do I not have high enough perception to see them?
Hold! Our enemies have laid a trap.
I can't see the switch though. It's funny though that you can see your characters like walking onto the switches. It's the first time I've seen that. What do they do though? I mean, this very much seems like something that would blow up. Just kind of wonder why it's not doing that. I don't know if I want to do anything to these dirt piles either. Yeah, this is a proper graveyard, alright. Oh, wait. Picked up the entire crate? I thought I was opening it. Nope, just picked up a crate. I wonder if maybe these switches are there to... Oh. Well, now the oil burnt up. Huh. So that was creating the oil somehow?
Careful now. That's a trap.
Oh, hello. This is really strange. This is the first time that I've ever encountered these types of switches, but don't seem to be able to see them. Stun mine. I guess there's probably a trap below here too. Don't think this will keep the the poison away. Or maybe it does? Actually keeps burning for quite a while. Yeah, okay. That poison definitely returns. Which means, even though I can't see it, never mind. That wasn't good. I guess that's why the oil was there. Okay, so now the oil returned, but the poison's gone. Huh. I probably should have expected this to happen.
I needed that.
It just looked so unusual when first approaching this, because the oil wasn't, like, usually you could see if it's a round thing, a round pond, then it's always created by these trap things, but that actually wasn't the case this time. And her healing cooldown is way too long. Okay. Definitely need to be very, very careful with this, though. Still wonder... That's so strange that whatever thing... Definitely seems like there's stuff that I can walk on, but it just doesn't do anything for some reason. I kind of also expected more actual enemies here, instead of just environmental things. Aw, seriously? Oh, this should still work. Okay. Just want to get rid of this stuff, because if there are enemies around, not accidentally walking into traps, it's probably not a bad idea. Though I do wonder why they've... I mean, I get why they would trap this, but all the poison and oil and whatnot? Huh. Wait, I hear something. Ah, hello. Graveyard Madman. I guess those are more people that were somehow brought into the sect of people who's trying to resurrect Brachus Rex. So I wonder what's going on here. It seems like such a crazy hellscape. The RPG player in me really wants to dig up all of the stuff here, but...
Here lies Nazik, who also thinks your name is weird.
Never said his name was weird.
Here lies Dodson, the finest dancer of them all. Here lies Emmy,
Spider Slayer. How do you get a name like that?
Here lies Will Loundy. It's Loundy, not laundry, dang it. Here lies Rocco. This is the last hole he filled.
Okay. Interesting piece of information to put on a gravestone.
Here lies Lady Charon, whose steaming pies tempted all.
This is broken.
Here lies Cat Jones. Curiosity killed her, after all.
All of these dirt piles. Though I do wonder, considering how many corpses we found in Evelyn's lair, I wonder if there are even corpses left here, or if they just used all of them for their nefarious experiments. Okay, there's one madman here. I wonder where this leads, though. I mean, it's probably not gonna really lead anywhere.
Here lies Madame Fulset, dog person.
Okay. Well. I'm thinking about wells the entire time. Before I really want to get involved with this, though, as much as it pains me to admit it, I still have stuff to do today. And this seems like it's going to be pretty involved. I mean, this entire situation, and then going to the church. There's either going to be a pretty big sort of crypt or something below it, or there's going to be like a big boss fight or something. And it feels like it would make more sense to do this sort of all at once. So I think I'm actually going to end it here. And then take a look at all of this and all of what's happening here next time. Really wish that I could have streamed longer today, but sadly I can't. Let me properly save it, actually. Because this looks... Where's my other save? There it is. Let's overwrite this. Because this looks like it's possibly going to take a while. Especially since these are also level 8. Though I am close to 9, which will probably give me quite the advantage over them. Or could give me quite an advantage, but... yeah. That'll have to wait for next time. Which is going to be Sunday. And I think I can hopefully do my usual stuff on Sunday, do a long stream of Divinity, and hopefully get through all the stuff at the church, all the neat things we might be able to do there. I hope you have a lovely day too. Thanks again for the raid, thanks for the follow. Absolutely incredible chatting to you, and yeah, I'm gonna start same time as I did today, so about 4 hours ago on Sunday, but go for a lot longer. Unfortunately, it can't. Like usually, I would go longer today as well, but I can't, and I have to work tomorrow and Saturday, so going to be back on Sunday, and well, hopefully dig through the entire church, look at everything there is to see there, kill all the things that I can kill there, though if Leandra is there, since she seemed to be level 20, I don't think that I can deal with her yet. But there might be, I wonder if she'll be able to resurrect this king, or at least maybe she's gonna take his corpse, body somewhere else, and attempt to resurrect him somewhere else. I mean, clearly, that seems like it's going to be sort of the final, or possibly a final boss encounter of sorts at some point. But it's probably going to be a lot of fun to deal with the church. And I guess there are also, well, we now know about a lot of other guys. So there's one mysterious stranger that Leandra met in the inn, that was killed, or supposedly, or should have been killed by Jake. But then Jake was stopped by Ikara, who we also haven't met yet. Don't entirely know where the doctor went. He might be here at the church, though. So yeah, a lot of stuff going on. And then there are still, I think, well, there's at least the side quest with the whispering statues that is also left over that I still haven't done. So after I've dealt with the church, I guess that might be something to look forward to as well. And then I just, I don't know what the deal is with this entire burning section on the map and how that is connected to everything. I don't know if that's some sort of other failed experiment, or if that's our way to Silver Glen. I mean, there has to be a way to get over there as well. Casual level 20, yeah. Oh boy. She could probably kill all of my characters in like one attack, right? But I mean, at some point, I guess I'm going to be level 22, and then I'm going to kick her ass. But yeah, that's going to be it for today. Again, great chatting with you. Thanks for being here, and I hope you have a great, wonderful rest of your day, evening, morning, wherever you are, and maybe I'll see you on the next one. Until then, bye-bye!